Many people have been requesting me to make a video about how to play in Offlane in a 2v1 situation. I know it's one of the hardest lane to play, so here I have the perfect example to show you how you can come on top even in an unfavorable situation. Here I'll be using Jawhead versus Granger and Hylos. These are my recommended builds. This is the emblem setup. I'm using the support emblem because of the movement speed, higher regeneration, same amount of damage as the assassin emblem, and the most important thing, it reduces the cooldown of the spell flicker, an insane total of 19 seconds of cooldown reduction. At the start of the game, try to cut the top lane, but don't overcommit. If you see someone is waiting in the bush, just retreat, simple as that. But in this case, I heard Granger doing some basic attacks around the buff area, that tell me that they are definitely not waiting in the bush. Cutting the lane is good, because doing this, it will deny one creep for the top lane, and also it allows you to go back to your jungle a lot faster. But even if you are not able to cut the lane, it's not that big of a deal. Not sure what Link was waiting for. I think it would have been better if he was taking the lethal instead. When playing against a 2v1, players love to cut the lane, so they can farm faster. But if you are using Jawhead, you can try to do something like this. Just waiting for my skills cooldown. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I was planning to cut the lane, but there was a high chance Granger and Hylos are probably coming to a lane soon. And if Granger starts with his ultimate and slow me down, I will be in deep trouble. So let's just play a little bit safer. I saw Kufra getting into position. If he managed to get a good stun on Granger, then we can definitely win the fight. But I guess there was no need for that. Here I thought Hylo was easier to kill because I thought Vale probably still had flicker available. Vanessa is doing a pretty good job. Jawhead is extremely strong throughout the whole game, from start to finish, so it's a good idea to let your teammates know that they should gank your lane more often. Remember guys, never auto-aim, don't be lazy about it. But you know what? Rewatching this part, probably that mistake was a blessing in disguise, because if I had stunned the Hylos, he would have stunned me back, and then Selena's stun would have connected, and I would have died for sure. All according to plan. By the way, I'm going to share with you guys a very interesting tip that you probably didn't know about. Don't use the second phase of the second skill when it's not necessary. For example, like clearing the minion wave or killing the jungle monsters if you think you might need the second skill soon. If you don't activate the second phase of the second skill, the cooldown is a lot shorter, and also once you activate the second phase, you will lose the extra movement speed. 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . So in the late game, when you have the full build and a max level, your second skill will have a very short cooldown if you don't activate the second phase of this skill. Never waste precious farm. If you can manage to farm well enough, you can easily one-shot the enemy squishy heroes. If you see that the enemies are distracting other lanes, use the chance to split push and get objectives. Trust me, it's better to get objectives than getting some early kills. Here I saw that the blue buff is available, but taking the turret is way more valuable than the enemy's buff. Don't overstay your welcome. Once you got what you came for, just retreat. Instead of helping Link clear the wave, let's wait and ambush whoever tries to defend the turret. Always try to think ahead. Once you get Queen's Wings, you can play a lot more aggressively and still be able to survive. This is one of the most important things that you have to remember when you play an offlane hero. Try your best to constantly split push, because that puts a lot of pressure on the enemy's team, and that usually forces someone to defend. And when one of them goes to defend, then you can join the team fight and outnumber the enemies. And if they don't defend, then you simply take all their turrets. Either way, it's a win-win situation. My team wants to contest the enemy's blue buff, but we already lost our marksman, so not only are we outnumbered, but also lacking one of our main sources of damage. Don't start a war with unfavorable conditions. Always pay attention to the map and try to read the enemy's movement, then use the information to plan your next move. Whenever you manage to kill the enemy's marksman, use the opportunity to take the Lord. If they try to contest, then just kill them all. Well, I just told him to go with the Lord, but we messed up already. I saw Granger and Hylos defending the bottom lane, which tells me they will probably try to defend the top next. So if they get greedy and try to steal our buff, I'm pretty sure we can kill them. People oftentimes do a lot of mistakes throughout the games, myself included, so even if your team screw up from time to time, don't get overly angry and start flaming, because there's a very high chance the enemies might also commit some mistakes here and there, so just try your best to capitalize on those mistakes. I know that a lot of players have this preconceived impression of Jawhead. They think that all he does is troll his teammates with his second skills, but believe it or not, you can actually use that skill to save your teammates as well. I saved him once and now he saved me, perfectly balanced as all things should be. Without the tank, it's a bad idea to start a fight, so I'm telling my team to retreat.
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
We could take the Lord or try to end the game now. The chance of ending the game now is pretty high if we play this right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.